Great evening, billionaires, and welcome to another Wednesday night MT4 trading session here at BWE Tribal Academy. Whether you're joining us for the very first time or you've been following our journey for a while, I want to personally welcome you. And to all of our new followers, thank you for being here. I'm truly grateful that you've decided to spend a part of your evening to learn with us. And so, our mission isn't just to talk about the financial markets, it's to help everyday people to understand how money works and how financial system evolves and how to position yourself through the education rather than speculation. So here at BWE Tribal Academy, we believe that knowledge creates confidence and confidence leads to better financial decisions. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alicia Hunter, aka Crypto Queen, and tribally known as Chiefess Kisawa. I am a project manager, crypto educator, market analysis, and founder of BWE Tribal Academy. For years, I've dedicated myself to studying the financial markets, blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, precious metals, stocks, forex, and AI. Not simply to trade them, but to understand the economic systems behind them. So, my passion is helping others simplify complex financial topics so they can make informed decisions and build long term wealth through education. So, the mission of BWE Tribal Academy is simple to educate, empower, and prepare individuals for the future of finance. We focus on financial literacy, wealth building strategies, blockchain education, trading psychology, investing principles, and understanding the economic events that shape our world. Our goal isn't to tell everyone what to buy or sell. Our goal is to help people think critically, understand market cycles, and develop the discipline necessary to become responsible traders and investors. Now, before we begin, I want to share an important disclaimer. The information presented during tonight's live stream is for educational purposes and informational purposes only. Nothing discussed during this presentation should be considered financial, investment, legal, or tax advice. Trading and investing involves substantial risk, including the possible of lost capital. Always conduct your own research, consult with a qualified professional when appropriate, and make financial decisions based on your own circumstances. And also, past performance does not guarantee future results. Now, let's begin. So, tonight we'll be covering the recent financial news surrounding the Clarity Act, why this legislation matters for blockchain, digital assets, and the future of financial markets, the psychology of trading and investing during major regulatory changes, and then we're going to conclude it out to the final thoughts in next week's outlook. Let's begin tonight's session by reviewing the latest developments surrounding the proposed Clarity Act. As always, our objective is not to focus on politics, but to understand how regulatory developments can influence financial markets, investor sentiments, and the future of the blockchain technology. Now remember, markets often respond to expectations before legislation is finalized. That's why staying informed is just as important as learning technical analysis. And as we watch these new clips, pay attention to the overall direction of the lawmakers, the regulators, and the industry leaders are discussing. Markets don't simply move because of price, markets move because of information, expectation, regulation and investor confidence. Now, our first update will come in from Senator Cynthia Loomis. Now, she is one of the strongest advocates for digital asset legislation in Congress. Senator Loomis explained that one of the remaining challenges involved ongoing negotiation regarding ethics provisions within the Clarity Act. According to her, some Democratic lawmakers want state attorney generals to have the authority to pursue certain legal actions involving elected officials, while other senators have expressed concerns about the proposals. So she also stated that Senator Tom Tillis is working with members of both parties and to find common ground and move the legislation forward. So this reminds us that although there is growing support for regulatory clarity, lawmakers continue working through important policy differences before a final vote can occur. Let's watch the next clip and let's see exactly what the message is about.
Let me get your take on that, because it seems like you're going to have to even make more concessions on the language around ethics to secure the Democrat support, right? Because, look, you had several Democrats last night voicing concerns about the updated text, particularly around the bill's enforcement mechanism. That places responsibility on the Attorney General. Is that the issue right now?
That is kind of a bright line. You know, we had worked until there was an impasse with Democrats earlier this month because they want state attorneys general to be able to sue elected officials that are subject to this ethics law. And so that would allow, for example, an attorney general from another state to sue me if they thought I violated the ethics law. So when I ran that by senators, they said, we don't want that. And so this ethics provision is not just applicable to the president and the vice president. It's applicable to every House member, every senator, and every federal judge. So we're trying to not plan legislation around one person who holds one office for the next 2 years, but rather over time that will serve the House, the Senate, the judiciary, and the executive branch in a fair way. The struggle is, of course, a lot of Democrats are absolutely focused on one person, and that's President Trump. So since President Trump actually agreed that he would have the choice to either put his assets in a blind trust or divest of his participation in digital assets and companies that derive revenue from digital assets, somehow that's not enough. I think it's going to be a struggle. Fortunately, Tom Tillis is working with Democrats to continue to try to find a way that they could support the ethics provisions in this bill. But it's hard for me to see it right now because they're so focused on getting a pound of flesh from President Trump.
I mean, do you think?
Next, during an interview on CNBC, investor Anthony Scaramucci shared his outlook on the Clarity Act. And he clearly stated that if the legislation reaches the Senate floor for a vote, he believes it has a strong chance of passing. However, he also warned us that if it never reaches the floor, the legislation could fall completely, causing many blockchain and cryptocurrency companies to continue expanding their businesses outside of the United States. His comments reflects a growing concern that prolonged regulatory uncertainty could encourage innovation, investment, and jobs to move offshore. Let's continue.
Is the Democrats said to the White House, we need an ethics provision that has teeth in it. And so they said, what do you want? And they said what they wanted, and the White House gave it to them. And now the Democrats are saying, well, that's not enough. We want state AGs to be able to enforce these federal ethics provisions. So that's a real problem, because then you have to redo all of the ethics codes in the federal government, because you can't have the state just prosecuting the crypto and not all the other ethical potential violations in the federal code. So they've got to get around that, and they've got to have a compromise. But then the biggest problem is the procedural one. You only have 14 days to go before the August recess. So you need what's called the procedural prep for a bill like this to happen before the weekend. Today's Wednesday. That means sometime tomorrow afternoon, we're going to have to hear that that's in play so they can get it down to the floor to vote. If it gets to the floor, it's going to pass. That's my opinion, because I think a lot of the younger Democrats are not going to want to go up against the crypto bros and their PACs come November. That's my opinion. If it doesn't get to the floor, it dies a brutal death. And then guys like Brian Armstrong, after all the hours and time and energy that they put into this, they start building their businesses off the shore of the United States.
Another important update comes from the SEC Chair Paul Atkins. During an interview on CNBC, Chairman Atkins said he is optimistic that Congress will pass the Clarity Act. Comments from the chair of the Securities and Exchange Commissions are closely followed because the SEC plays a significant role in regulating portions of the digital assets industry. Although his comments do not guarantee the bill's passage, however, they suggest growing confidence that lawmakers may eventually establish a clear regulatory framework for digital assets. Let's watch this next video and let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Where does it stand at this point? I know it passed the House, but what are the odds of it passing the Senate, and how critical is that? Does that need to happen before the midterms to fulfill what you're trying to do here?
Well, I'm optimistic that Congress will pass the Clarity Act, and we're doing all we can to help them answer their questions and provide technical assistance. But ultimately, statute is the way to future-proof something. We are ready, willing, and able to come out with rules, that address the same issues in Clarity and other aspects of the crypto market. And I think that it behooves us to do that, either to implement the Clarity Act, or if something should not happen in Congress, then we stand ready to provide that. But ultimately, we need the certainty of a statute that will help future-proof, so that we have clear direction and to go for.
Our final update comes from the president and the CEO of American Bankers Association. Now, during an interview on CNBC, he stated that there is a great deal of good within the Clarity Act. He also expressed confidence that the traditional banking industry and the cryptocurrency industry can successfully coexist. Additionally, he clearly stated that the United States had the opportunity to become the crypto capital of the world, and confirmed that banking organizations continue working with senators as discussions on the legislation move forward. Now, this demonstrates that conversations surrounding the Clarity Act now extend beyond the cryptocurrency industry and increasingly include traditional financial institutions as well. Let's see what else they have to say.
So big banks all waiting for the Senate to move forward on the Clarity Act, which would put some new rules around crypto and stablecoin industries. Joining us right now to talk about it is Rob Nichols. He is the president and CEO of the American Bankers Association. And Rob, I can't think of anything that has gotten bankers more riled up than the Clarity Act recently. Maybe we can point back to the huge kind of back and forth fights between Jamie Dimon and Brian Armstrong from Coinbase about what's going on here. You obviously represent bankers. Why don't you tell me your side of things, what you find wrong with the Clarity Act?
Sure. Well, there's a lot of good in the Clarity Act, too. We do think that we should have a supervisory framework over digital assets. We think that's important. And innovation in the United States is important as well. So we support that. But we want to make sure we do it in a way that doesn't impact economic activity and local lending. So the new draft, Becky, that just came out, it's 600 pages. And the intent of the senators is to ensure that, just like in the Genius Act, issuers of payment stable coin are not able to offer yield, interest, or reward for fear that deposits would flee banks and credit unions. And that would impact a lot of economic activity all across the United States, New Jersey, and everywhere else. So we're working with the senators just to make sure that the language that they intend can also extend to affiliates and to exchanges. And so there isn't a massive dampening of economic activity. So the Congress intent here is simply what we're helping them do. The bill, Becky's about 600 pages, and there's only 2 paragraphs that we're suggesting tiny surgical edits. So the bill will do exactly what the senators want it to do. I will say this, too, and you mentioned the dialogue between Mr. Armstrong and Jamie Dimon. I do think that the crypto and the banking sectors can coexist. I think we can be the crypto capital of the world, and I think we can be the banking capital of the world. But there is a reason that they call it payment stablecoin and not deposit stablecoin. Congress views this as a very important payment innovation. I share that view, but they don't view it as a deposit substitute. And the two things are different.
But Brian Armstrong says that what he's been pushing for with this and what the legislation says at this point is actually in favor of consumer interests.
Now that we review tonight's financial updates and the weekly updates as well, we're going to transition directly into one of the most important topics of tonight's presentation, and that would be the psychology of trading and also investing. Now, let's transition into something equally important. The psychology behind this is that behind trading and investing, not too many people spend any time of studying. Now, there are some people that do spend years of studying. But whenever a major bill, law, or financial regulation is introduced, markets often become emotional. Now, some investors become fearful, while others become overly excited. But when it comes to both emotions, it can lead to poor decision making. So instead of reacting to headlines, disciplined traders gather information, evaluate the facts, and identify potential market impacts, and then develop a plan before any risking capital. Now, that's where the emotional discipline comes in, right? The emotional intelligence. And so now we have legislation such as the Clarity Act has the potential to influence digital assets, cryptocurrency exchanges, blockchain companies, fintech firms, tokenized assets, institutional investment, and market infrastructure. Whether that the market reacts positively or negatively in short term, Educated investors understand that change often creates opportunity for those who remain patient and informed. Rather than fighting changes in the financial markets, we should strive to understand them. So that's where successful traders and investors just don't even go against the institutionals. They learn how to interpret the information and incorporate it into their overall strategy. So that's where the education builds confidence, and confidence reduces emotional trading, and emotional discipline creates consistency over time. Now, as we conclude tonight's session, I hope you leave with a greater understanding of why financial legislation matters and why psychology plays such an important role in becoming successful far as into trading and investing. Now, charts are only one part of the equation, but our mindset, preparation, discipline, and willingness to continue learning are just as important. No matter what, and whatever happens in Washington, the market will continue to present opportunities for those who remain educated and adaptable. So join us next Wednesday evening for another trading session. And if the Clarity Act is approved before then, we'll break down what it means for us, discuss a potential impact on the blockchain technology and digital assets. And then we're going to examine how the markets may respond. So if it has not yet been approved, we'll continue following the latest developments together and provide another update as the legislative process unfolds. Now, tonight trading session is canceled. However, we're going to continue this Thursday night with just tomorrow. But during the meantime, while we're still on this subject, inside of our private session, that's where I will take a much deeper look into the cryptocurrency, the stock market, Forex, and precious metals while reviewing current market opportunities and educational chart analysis. Our VIP members will receive an access to our private Zoom meeting directly after our live stream at BWE Tribal Academy. And there's a whole lot more too that a lot of you are missing. By you joining my personal VIP group, you will also have free access as a free trial inside of my personal Telegram group chat, where you will receive numerous of market ideas far as trading signals. So if you are interested in becoming a VIP member, you can get all that information from my AI assistant, Zola, who can guide you through the membership options, and that way she can answer all your questions. And before I do let you guys go, I want to give you an update for BWE Tribal Academy private community, which will be launching soon. We did have a little hiccup as far as testing the app ourselves. So we will be launching soon, and I just want to thank everyone for being patient and thank you for all of their support. Please make sure you follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook at BWE Tribal Academy for further updates. And once again, thank you for spending your evening with us. And if you found tonight's presentation valuable, be sure to like, share, and invite someone who wants to become more financially educated. Until next Wednesday, continue learning, continue growing, and remember, knowledge without action creates very little change. But education combined with discipline is the power to transform your financial future. And one last thing before I let you guys go, make sure you stay prayed up, drink lots of water, and mind your own doggone business. Thank you, everyone. And you guys have a good night. And I'll see you guys in the VIP. Take it over, Zola.
Hello, I'm Zola, the official AI spokesperson for Alicia Hunter, also known worldwide as the Crypto Queen. With over 8 years of experience studying the financial markets, Alicia has helped countless individuals understand crypto, stocks, forex, AI, and modern monetary systems. She is also the founder of BWE Tribal Academy, her online educational hub you may already be familiar with. As a monthly subscriber, you'll get exclusive access to Alicia's private educational content covering crypto, stocks, forex trading, AI, AGI, market psychology, and more. Make sure you click the notification button because Alicia may surprise you with early market insights or execution updates, helping you stay prepared before major financial moves. Subscribe today and join a powerful community committed to financial empowerment. Disclaimer, as a friendly reminder, all information shared is for educational purposes only. Alicia Hunter is not a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a qualified professional before making investment decisions.